Boy. Well, the interesting thing about this is, I think when I first started streaming, like, hello, I'm Tim Lichty and this is my stream. Let's see. I guess I felt like I had things to talk about, but I don't think that's how streaming really works. I think streaming is, hey, I'm up, here we are. It's the closest thing you're going to get to like a real life conversation. And so it's definitely got its place. Absolutely. Anyway. So I like what I'm doing here. I like this image of Chip. His beak's getting a little bit bigger. Um, yeah. And so, yeah, let's keep that going. I wonder where. Let's keep this plugged in. Ugh. I will say, I was just about to go to bed, and I was like, if I go to bed now, things will be pretty comfortable for me in the morning. I have some meetings really early in the morning, and I have to prep for those meetings. But nothing too crazy. Nothing that's gonna make life too hard. And I thought, okay, I'll feel good or whatever. And I go, can I tax myself a little bit and then nudge this cartoon forward? I really like the idea of finishing up this cartoon and launching my book at the same time. And so I'm kind of having those two things run in tandem. And I don't know exactly how I'm going to launch one or the other. It just depends. I kind of, with the animation, just kind of want to put it out there and not really think about it too much and just, see if it picks up and move on to other stuff. But with the animation, or excuse me, with the book, there's a blueprint there to follow and some potential touring actually over the summer. So we'll see how that goes. But for now, we have to look at this character. I really like this one. I was thinking about this. I haven't done that in a long time. Thought about a piece of animation that I was working on. I mean, it's just very cute. So we got 1, 2, 3. So he doesn't really do anything. 4, 5. So maybe we could just kind of get him going like this. Maybe we could even get him to be like bow his head. So maybe we'll add another one. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess we shouldn't be so scared to make too many. So let's go to 16. And we'll start that on 5. So no, let's start that on 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So They should all be on the same. Oop. Okay, there we go. And then 6, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. Oh, they're probably all on. Okay. 6. Oh, don't say it. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Not even close. How did I... 14. Yeah, 9 plus 5 is 14. I wanted to get to 16. I don't know why I picked that. So let's just do 14. I'm going to do 14 frames because that's how many frames I ended up with. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's do 5. 6. What in the world? It's on every frame. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay. Oh, okay. So it kind of holds. So he's just kind of like, he rubs his hands together. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So that kind of moves fast. I don't know if I want to slow that down or what. Maybe we'll open the eyes up a little bit. Let's see where it goes. It kind of stays like wise or whatever. It's kind of got that baby Yoda look. 6. Let's try something here. I don't know what that means. Propagate frame 1. I should look into that. Propagate frame 1. Okay. I guess we could get him to bow his head down. So if this is where it's at, and this is where this goes. Ooh. I feel like I just force it. Maybe we could try a different clip, and he's looking and he's like, yeah, 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 and we do this one. I think that's what we want. I don't know. I wonder how that's going to come out. And then what if he is just like, yeah, yeah. Wonder how that'll go. So that's 5. Jeez. Maybe do 7, 8. All right. 6 and then 7, 8. I basically just changed the perspective. I think I just stay right where I'm at. I think that's what'll work best. A little poppy late at night. Probably be better off with some water. I might just have enough here. I'm trying to do too much. I like this one a lot. Guaranteed. 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 What, Charlie? What is it, Charlie? What is it, Charlie? Go get the cat cab, Charlie, so people can see you, Charlie. Say hi. Hey, Charlie. Once she hears me talking, she's got to come over. She's like, he's such a good mood. He's in a good mood. Yeah, Charlie. Oh, she's scared. You see I scared her? Or she gets shocked or something. I don't know. Yeah, I guess you're not scared. She's a good Charlie girl. You're such a good Charlie. Good job, Charlie. Good job. She's so good at being a fluffy kitty. You can't really say enough about how hard it is to be a fluffy kitty. And she's so committed to being a fluffy kitty. She don't even care. She won't even stop caring about being a fluffy kitty either. This is premium kitten right here. Right, Charlie Gill? Yes. Just some cartoons in my Charlie. Okay, I like this one. I think this is about as far as I gotta go. For this one, guaranteed. And then I also have some shots that might be able to... No, there might also be like something like this. A perspective of looking over Chip. I don't know, like... I don't know. I don't think everything needs to make sense. Like, I feel like I'm trying to get the blocking down so it makes sense, like, where characters come from and stuff. And I don't think it's that important. I think they can just come in. I don't think it matters. So I just need to make sure. I just want to set it up so that people understand that that Chip's running on a generator. So maybe getting that generator shot would be good. And shot between the two of them. And I think him just falling asleep. And then him waking him up again. and telling him, you know, he's got to keep running on the generator. And then he passes out again. And then he's awoken by the one. And then the question is, what benefit comes from telling the story in a vertical frame? You know, I haven't seen, everyone's struggling to get on the vertical, excuse me, is that the, no, vertical is, horizontal is the horizon. So, not great. So, on the horizon, so how do I utilize the vertical framing? That's actually, I think, a legitimate question and something worth researching. Vertical. Well, I feel like a wide shot, almost like a video game shot, could be cool for that. Maybe one shot. Maybe we do one special vertical shot instead of a bunch of close-ups. And then just characters moving in the center. Yeah, it's kind of an interesting thing trying to make the vertical work. Maybe try to figure out how to make that better. All right, Charlie. All right, Charlie, you gotta go. I can't have you here forever. It's time to go, kitten. Because I need to get some animation done. Okay, so maybe we could work on this a little bit. Oh. Maybe we just lose this one and do this one. So we'll lose these and just end with this one. Even maybe get rid of the left to right ones. Actually, I think that's all I need. Yeah. And there's still a frame that kicks it over. That one. Could probably just cut that one too. And then just get the background going as like, yo, what up, Gray Fox? Good to see ya, good to see ya. Oh, we got a kitty on cam and she ain't even in frame. That ain't the way to do it. Or just Charlie cam in general. So I actually like this with just 10 frames. Just make these work a little bit better. Maybe like a beam of light goes to hit him, and then once the beam of light hits him, then he does his little like transition dance or whatever you call it. Sleeping. Maybe we could come up with a different sleep. Or maybe we do a sleep and then he sits up. That could be a good shot. Let's do that. Okay. Bum ba-dum bum 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 bum. What's more interesting, me or the cat? It don't matter to me. I'll put on whatever the people want. Looks like there's 6 shots here, or 6 frames. Six frames. So maybe a sit up. Oh, you know what? This gives an opportunity for him to turn his head. So he could go up and then flip his head over like. And every opportunity is an opportunity to do something funny. Both. You want both? Well, we got both technically, right? Right, Charlie? It's both. Both. Ba ba da ba 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 da ba. Actually, I should get another water. Ba ba da ba 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 da ba. Loading up before bed. Water before bed. Is that bad? Is that bad? Is that bad? Is that a bad thing to do? Charlie, what do you think, Charlie Gill? Charlie Gill. Ba ba da ba 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 da ba. Okay. All right. Let's see. Let's see if we could do something with this. Maybe make this something different. It looks like there's more than, so we got 1 through all these actually. I think you can manhandle this a little bit. Something like this. Maybe we'll put it over here. I think you can do that. So let's start with 1. Okay, and it goes to 4. All right. But it makes you think there's 1 here. But what's going on with 6, 5, 6? Let's just add them. Bam, bam. Let's see what we were doing here. 5 and then 6. Okay. Nothing weird here. Okay, so what do we got? What the heck is that second layer? There it is. That's 1. And that's 1 as well. Gosh, forsaken. That's so irritating. This one's got not enough opacity. This troubleshooting is getting to be a bummer, but maybe between projects I could fix that too. So his feet kind of come up, and to me that doesn't feel like sleep. That feels like a 1920s cartoon, you know. That's what, Charlie? What is it? What is it, Charlie? Do you think she just always wants attention? I think that's what it is. I don't know where she's going now. She just wants attention. Okay, yeah, so he looks like he's sleeping, though. It's not the end of the world. The tail gets bigger and smaller. Whatever. And I could probably get the clip to work better in the editor. See, that's the thing I don't really bring up either, is like the way that it's edited here, I can actually get the frames to play out the way that I want them to in the editor, but it sucks because I'll have to edit them again once I get them in there. I don't know if other people do that at all. Some people might look at my methods and say that's kind of wonky, but it's okay. So let's try, so that's just him like this. Let's just try him sitting up. So maybe one more, just a more extreme shot. 7, okay. Bum, ba-dum, bum, bum, ba-dum, bum, bum, ba-dum, bum, bum, ba-dum, bum. Well, so he's a happy baby. Maybe one before that. I don't know. It's kind of crazy that Charlie got upset and just left. Okay, so let's do one in between. This will probably be the new 7, so we'll actually call this 6.1. 6.1. And then we'll name, I think really with these, I'll just have to eventually name them correctly. See how this goes. So he's getting up. I don't know if it really does anything. Ugh. Yeah, I guess. I might just be doing frivolous work. 6.2. So this is in between both of these. I like the idea that his head still swings a little bit back. Or actually just do this. Might have to come in and do that something else with the arms, but man, I really can tell I don't know what I'm doing. I was getting pretty cocky for a little while there, but no, I got a lot of growing to do. There's something there, something to work with. Let's just add more frames to it. I'm actually going to renumber all these frames now. So now that we have 9, we know that the 7 is the last one. So it really would go 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. Let's make sure they're still the same. Now you can't see what I'm talking about, but on this side, in-house stuff is improving, organizational wise. Things are getting better. Things are getting better around here on this side of the old camera. Gray Fox, you gotta know, they're getting better here. Let's see. Charlie, come warm up my coffee. I could put some more frames in between the sleeping and him getting up, and then maybe have a more interesting last frame. I think that's a good challenge for the rest of the stream. So why don't we stick on this clip? You know, I think there's an opportunity to get some more information across. I worked really hard on the voiceover and the edits and stuff like that, and you know, it's not perfect, but there's definitely something there. It's worth moving forward with this production. And so I think that, now that we're in here, right, we're mixing up the sauces. I think we could put a blanket kind of sauce in there, put a standard, whatever mix in there, or we could really get in there and see if we can um, get something. What would you say is like some sort of just some zhuzh, you know what I mean? Something really nice. You draw pretty good in my opinion. Thank you, Gray Fox. I appreciate it. I give myself a lot of slack with cartoons. Um, but I would like to say I think I'm pretty good at drawing something pretty quickly. Like I think that's something I'm pretty good at. Like I don't need to work it out too often. But when I do work it out, that's what the graphic novel format is for. That's where I can really get into a drawing, and really push in and out and really, refine it. Um, yeah, and this is a mixture between that skill and editing and storytelling. Yeah, I'm having a good time. This is good stuff. What was I going to do? I was going to heat up the coffee. I kind of want to before I get into the next step, I don't know. I keep trying to reward myself with a treat. Let's see what I can find. But I told you what we're doing next, so it's not like I'm leaving you out to dry with nothing. I'm going to do another follow through. Some strawberries. A little bit of ice cream. Oh, I'm trying to do a package. Let's put this right here. Okay. Charcuterie plate. That's what I got myself. So, got myself a summer sausage and some cheeses. And so we're going to buckle up and maybe play some music because there's two poses we want to do. So just to try to get an idea of what I'm trying to do, some context here. I want a final pose, which is him sitting up. I want something that looks pretty good. That's what that's just how I'm going to describe that. And then I'm going to put more in-betweens between him snoring to make that more fluid. And then I'm going to put some more frames right before he stands up. So those middle frames, I'm not going to deal with at all. That's a choice as an animator that I'm making. That middle frame, I don't care about it. Not doing anything about it. So we're going to invest our time on the front end, which is the loop of the snoring. So that could last for a while. So I want to build up on that. And then I'm going to do a more detailed drawing of him sitting up like, I'm waking up. Whatever that looks like for Chip. But primarily, as a character for Chip, we always want to go cute, you know? You go grotesque with Chunk because of his character. Luckily, Charlie doesn't like to eat. Let's see. Can you guys see where? Man, what am I pointing at? Does that work? Nah, it's too low a light. I like these low light evenings though. This is good stuff. And then I got water. So that's what's on the agenda. I think it took about 12 minutes for me to get a snack. So we're not doing too bad on time. But let's get some music going. What's going on, Gray Fox? Anything new? Classical dictatorship. No? Inspirational, I guess. It's 1987 and you're waiting for the last call. 1987, huh? Was this really the tone back then? Was this really it? I should have a camera just on the cheese. I got Gouda, cheddar. Nah, this music isn't doing it for me. Something more inspirational. Les Wexner. Yeah, let's put that on. Could listen to Nick Mullen. He's always interesting. Some people, there's a correlation of podcasting to comedy. And part of that is the person who's dominating long form media is Joe Rogan. Because he's good at having a 3.5 hour conversation, 4 hour conversation with people and being genuinely interested. Then you have people who can fill an hour while riffing and trying to come up with ideas that are funny for comedy. That happens to be a funny thing, an interesting thing to listen to, which might be two different points coming together. But some people are funny in long form. And I think Nick Mullen's one of those people. Because his stand-up isn't... I don't feel like it's as funny as his conversations. Rothschild documentary. I don't want to watch that shit. Please don't recommend that to me. Let's just try music. Everything's about Jeffrey Epstein now. Felix Colgrave. Maybe we could watch some Felix Colgrave and get inspired, huh? Let's do that. We'll all watch it together. Window. Man, he definitely kept going down the trippy level. Oh, he's got a nice little logo. He added a logo. This is pretty cool. I don't know what he's doing. I know he was the hand-drawn guy on a tablet, like what I'm doing. But this is something else. So I don't see any like MS Paint lines or anything like that. This has definitely got like a 3D thing to it. It's kind of blended like oil paint. This is 3 years ago. This is before AI. Like, that's really cool. Like, that could definitely be a flat surface. So he might be building things in shapes. This might be more like moving shapes around and integrating some hand-drawn stuff with shape movement. Very cool. Yeah, that's very cool. Wow. Wow. Yeah, he's getting great. Brilliant. So he's doing 3D. So he really gets into, like, with anything else in animation, he's doing the traditional, like, loops. This does this loop. I can play that out, and it can fit within those parameters. But he matches it to music. There's a lot of subtle music. So you have the loop, and then you have the music that plays with it. That's a beautiful thing. That's a really cool style. I dig it. I like it. Always. He's always on things eating other things. Man. All right. Man, how does he come up with this stuff? Does he just play around and then he keeps what he likes and moves it around? Or is he just planning this stuff out so well that he ends up coming up with stuff that he knows no one else will have? He likes that tunnel. He does that in a lot of stuff. Or he does it in Double Kings. That's really cool, man. I just love the way that looks. It's just like a pile of toys. The closest thing to some dialogue so far. I will say, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong here, but it doesn't really feel like there are. I don't feel a narrative here. Awesome. You know, what's he been up to? 3 weeks ago, another Doinks. So he's like making music and making animation. He's got this CD going. 29 months, 29 animations, 725 drawings. Paper Loop season, 5 months ago. Tell you about my new music video. 2 years ago. He's got a good channel. Double Kings, almost 100 million views. This is the thing that put me on. 8 years ago, so this was... He might have inspired me to do Conformity Farm. I think it was... Has it been 8 years at this point? Conformity Farm was 2018. I don't know. I don't think I was doing Conformity Farm. I had a different thing going on. In 2013, 14, it was Orange Line. I've launched like a lot of different channels. Conformity Farm is my most current one. I mean, they weren't YouTube channels, but like just different things, different eras of idea creation. Now buckle up for double kings. This inspires me. Now the difference is this has a narrative to it. And it's a very simple narrative, which for me is like the most potent. But the music goes hard too. I don't know, man. Biblical stuff just somehow works for stories. Maybe not in biblical, but like what feels like religious era. That's cool stuff to me. All right. Too much sausage. I love wherever the crown is. The crown is all. That's all it needs to elevate you. The cloud gets possessed, and then possessed rains on this pumpkin. Then they do the zoom out. The jaw is like, I don't know what they call it. The push in. It's a push in. You rack focus at the same time. Like a push. Not a zoom in, but you dolly in. So you're physically there. It's a manual move. I would know. I've done it. Your boy knows how to shoot. Pretty gnarly, huh? And then he just curls up in it on the cute way. A juxtaposition between heavy metal intensity and then squishy cuteness. It's what the world wants. See, look at that. He sees some beings that are like him. It's like a moment. So now he's conquered another civilization, and so I don't know what you would call them. Their high priests come and seek an audience. I don't know what they want. And this is a very cool shot. You can tell that was thoroughly animated by the flag at the top. He just knows how to use animation, man. He knows what he's trying to do. So then the crown gets away. That's really funny. Because of all the hands. Baby Moses. This is how I was born. Dude, and how do you not love the... I don't even know what you would call that. That's the guy from Sonic the Hedgehog. What's his name? Dr. Robotnik? So he's finally back home, right? Oh, I'm back home. Like, it's so stupid. And then he just straight assaults him. I mean, it's fucking animation, man. Drops him like he's nothing. Dr. Robotnik, yeah. I like how all the components shift around. We're going to do that with the generator with chips in. Get out of here. I don't know how to handle this crown. Oh, there's a crown on your head. So he's starting to lose his mind. In a way. He was searching for a crown in a mountain. Now he sees a crown on the head of a bird, which we know are feathers. Man, think about all the work he had to do for this. I'm pretty sure he basically does these by himself. We'll have to look at the credits. Now he's dead. Oh, he can't take his crown with him. Yeah, these busted up speakers, sorry. Dead. It just says dead. The underworld. I like that he doesn't complicate it too much. He's like, we're going to do all this. This is going to show the underworld. It's going to be one shot. Maybe we'll get a close-up. I mean, why not saggy boobs? The Gouda is interesting. persistent one. This is what's interesting about this. So he punches him in the eye, puts him in his chair. So he makes a crown. That's what pisses him off. Okay. So he took his crown away. And that's interesting. We start to see a version of this character we never saw before. They're literally underneath his cloak are these, vicious teeth. It's interesting. He's already doing the 3D thing. He just now is doing it more. Huh. Animated by Felix Colgrave, sound by Public Domain, Royal Highness, in order of appearance. Oh, those are just the names of the characters. Special thanks. About 10 people, but he doesn't give them credit. In association with Snake Cult. I wonder what they do. 17, yeah. Conformity Farm came the next year. I think I saw this and was like, dude, I got to get to it because people are actually doing it. Because this is some young guy, he's a little older now, but in Australia. So, yeah. Little bit of inspiration. Where are we at here? Before we do some work. Peter Hare, Adult Swim Smalls. Maybe some other time. Phoenix the Bird animated film. Yeah, if anybody can ever find any independent animators that are worth checking out, let me know. Put it down in the chat. Put me on game. Now, if I listen to, I might have to put headphones on because I can't be playing that and getting marked by YouTube. YouTube thinks I'm over here borrowing other stuff, like playing an entire video of someone else's like I just did. Oh, shoot. My bad, guys. I thought we already moved over. And this is what? This is this stuff. What should we listen to? Maybe some Tool. I'm just going to put it in the headset, but Fear Inoculum, the newer album. Okay. Let's plug in, huh? What do we got? Ooh, it's late already. It's already 10 o'clock. Damn. Which one do I want to do? Sleeping Chip. So it would be... I don't know. Maybe... Actually, maybe we can have him have a full head. Oh. Hmm. I don't know how to not make him look like a happy animal. Yeah, his hands should probably be down. Maybe something like this, or maybe we could slouch his head a little bit. Gotta get rid of this smile. He smiles too much. Yeah, there we go. Something like that, I guess. Sad. Maybe like this. Maybe like that. Yeah. A little bit better. All right, we're getting there. Kind of have to just tough it out, you know. Maybe something like this, but I just don't feel like he's bending down. Maybe because his paws are both in the front. I don't know how you handle that. Because the bulge should really be more like right here. And also, like, why am I making him so fat? I don't know if that's really part of his thing. Not too bad. All right, let's see what we get. Okay. 5, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Okay. You know, it'd be kind of interesting. Add more frames to the front end of this. He kind of morphs, right? He's not the same size all the way around. Maybe what we could do is make them a little bit bigger. Actually, let's redo this one. Maybe 3 of them? I don't know. Oh. So we just need it to loop the front end a little bit longer. 1, 2, So we could do 5, 6, 5, 6, 5, 6. And then pick up 7 after. So 5, 6, 5, 6 3 times. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So this would be, this is 5, 6, 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wait, I thought that was not 9. Oh, 10. I almost feel like this one just needs to be just a little bit farther back. We'll see how that goes. No, I don't think we need these two. I don't know how that happened. So this one just needs to hold. And I also think the motivation of this shot would work better if he wasn't smiling. I don't know why I always got him smiling. Also, I think we should add more of these 5, 6s. So we have 5, 6, 5, 6, 5, 6. This should actually be another 5, 6, 5. Gosh, why are they always so low? 6, so then I need 4 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. 6, 5, 6, 5. 6, 7. Why you guys want to be so low? 8. That one's there. 9, 10. 9. And then this one, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Okay, now I got a better idea what this scene looks like. So it's sleep for a while. All right, yeah, now loving the smile. We got to pull the smile out. Might have to keep it like this, though. So his head raises up. Then his head whips. There it is. Yeah, so it'll cut from that shot to this shot. Like that. And then he'll go to this thing. And then we'll go to the crying pose where he dances across the floor. And then he's going to go to this one. I can see the youth in your eyes. So I got to get the exact lines of what he needs to say. But I like this perspective here. Him rubbing his hands together and kind of... Because there's this scene where God's like talking. I was like, you will be the greatest. You will be the greatest conqueror in the history of the world. And he'll be like, yeah, let's do that. That'll make sense. Yeah, absolutely. That makes sense. Because, yeah, Alexander, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. That's a good point. Yeah. Yeah, even the rubbing of the hands, that seems to work fine. I don't know if I need to... I could probably slow it down. I don't know. But this works. That's so crazy I was able to get these done in a week. Guaranteed! You know what I really need to do? I need to get in closer for him running and then getting tired. Because we got to have sympathy for Chip because he's getting worked so hard. That's an emotion that hasn't been expressed yet. Exhaustion. Exhaustion and Chip. Because we're always getting him... He comes off as cute. Maybe even the growing burden. He's got to be carrying a heavier and heavier burden. Ugh. But he's also a happy guy. Maybe what I can do is I can add one in between 5 and 6. That could be good. See how he kind of morphs right here? I don't know if I want to do that as much. So let's bring this in. See, yeah, this has got to match. Otherwise, it's going to just sucks too much. So his head kind of meets here. And also the paws were down. So let's keep them down. There we go. Kind of get it to match a little bit more. Some of the off animation actually is just very distracting. Okay, so that's a 9. Get this one. All right, let's see how this plays. And then he'll whip his head. What's up? And also, this one, I'm not really in love with this one. Why don't we just maybe try to do something for our character here? I don't know if I'm being a perfectionist here, but here we go. I actually like the idea of both paws going like this. So dumb. See if we can get this to work. Okay, and then let's bring this all the way up. I actually found a way to edit this way without disrupting the situation. Okay, so like the same thing here. So 4. Whoa! How is this 4? This should be 2. All right, now I'm confused. No, let's go 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5, 6, 5, 6. Yeah, so that should be fun. So let's flip the paws like to the side and then also kind of get rid of that smile. My bad. Sometimes I don't have the shot in the shot, if you know what I mean. Hey, what's up, Bear? Is that Fujo Bear? OG? OG Fujo Bear. Yeah, man, you guys love the late nights. Happy to have you back, Fujo Bear. That's why I always keep that Twitch open. Got to keep a lane for Fujo. You get the old gray fox showing up right away. Then Fujo shows up, and you know what? This is a Conformity Farm stream now. Okay. Yeah, it kind of works. I think, you know, because I've got to going back and forth 1 2 1 2 1 2. So we might have to do 1 2 a 5.1, I guess, and then see how that goes. So let's try this. See, let's try to wipe that smile off his face. And maybe get the button from another side. Yeah, let's smack that smile off his face. Yeah, I don't think that's too bad. Okay. Doing a little bit of directing, you know? Same thing here, yeah. Nah, it still kind of came off like a smile. All right, let's see how it comes out. It kind of works. I mean, it's better. Is Kieran still working? Yeah. Well, you know, it's interesting. I'm glad you asked about Kieran. Kieran is... So I guess I could kind of give you guys a little bit of an update on what's going on. So I've been in grad school and was kicking my butt for a little while. But no worries. Timothy James is a smart guy. So I eventually... I think I can just let this play. So I eventually caught up and now I've caught up so well that I came back stronger and better and more aligned with how to accomplish these goals and also to make a better product. And so Kieran hasn't been able to be here because I haven't been able to organize things as much, but he and I were texting, I think less. I am actually going to see him early tomorrow morning. And as those things get caught in, I would expect that he would be a part of the streams pretty soon. We'll come up with some sort of routine that works at least for the next 4 or 5 months, and then we'll revisit that relationship, I think, a little bit after that. But yeah, you should see Kieran pretty soon. I'm really excited to have him on board too, because I'm really excited to see like what he ends up coming up with, in a sense of like making things more efficient and tackling troubleshooting issues. But initially I have to show him how to do everything, and so he's going to learn a lot of stuff. But at the same time, he'll bring another computer over, and yeah, no, it's going to be great for the stream. Also, it's Kieran. He's fucking cool, man. An awesome dude. Should I have another piece of cheese? I think an in between, and maybe I should put more detail into him sitting up. So yeah, it gets a little bit smaller again. What the heck? Where'd the ears go? That's crazy. I guess while you're sleeping, your head doesn't get bigger. So we should really... The skull basically stays the same, That might actually help with this shot. Yeah, concerning Kieran in general is like... The one thing that's really been getting me going and productivity-wise is knowing that Kieran's going to be here to be helpful. So I don't have to really stress about compositing this stuff. Like the hardest part is the stuff I'm doing right now. This is the stuff I'm doing right now, knowing what frames to do next and kind of planning out animation. Which one is this? 6? So I just haven't done 6 yet. Okay, as long as we got the head the same size, I think we'll be all right. Yeah. But like knowing how to do that takes a long time to learn. And maybe one day I'll do a class or something, I don't know. I really don't like that wonky eye, but I think we can get around that. Yeah, that actually kind of has a little more life to it, doesn't it? And the feet kind of puffing in and out. I don't know how I feel about that. I almost feel like it'd be better if they were just kind of like flopping to the side, because he's on his side. Also, let's get rid of that smile on his face. No offense, but that is not the right emotion to have. Yeah, let's do that. There we go. I almost want to start another timeline just to work on the breathing. I don't think I need to do more than this. I think I just need to get the idea across. So let's go back to this last frame here. And let's just put a little bit of detail in them. Bring in some of this, bring in some of these references. Well, Charlie's not hanging out over here, so we're gonna cut the Charlie cam. I'll bring it back up whenever she comes up here, but it's not right now. She's a little fussy though. She kind of, the stream is like a love-hate relationship, I feel like, for her. She likes that I'm like right here. It's all about where I'm at, but also it's all about the different radiators in the apartment. So she wants to be near the radiators. She wants to sniff the doors. She wants to lay on the bed. She likes laying on the bed a lot. Then she wants to eat, and then she wants to be in my lap. Okay. I like him tilting his head. Maybe we could do that a little bit more. It's interesting how popping these eyes out has been effective for this character. Let's see what's going on here. See if there's something we can do with this from a detailed, creative perspective. Right? Have you been getting snow? That's a good question. Let's take a look. We got snow yesterday, but it melted before it mattered. So yeah, yesterday we got snow, but no, there's currently no snow going. No snow going. Snow way. Oops. Maybe let this kind of go down. Cats always like the heater, especially when it's snowing. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's absolutely true. I mean, but who wouldn't, you know? Who wouldn't? Speaking of cold stuff, do y'all have Blue Bell ice cream up there in Chicago? Yeah, we do have it. But you know what I always end up getting? I get the Tillamook. And I know I think they make that in Texas, don't they? It's more of a cream-based ice cream. Man, I love that stuff. Talking about ice cream. Yeah, they do. I'm currently eating the lemon one. There's a lemon Tillamook? No. Lemon Tillamook? I've never had that. Chocolate peanut butter all the way, or mint. Of which one? Tillamook or Bluebell? Yeah, I don't buy the Bluebell too often. I might have tried it one time. I feel like Bluebell tastes a little bit like gelato. Not in a negative way. I'm so satisfied with Tillamook that I don't really go anywhere else. Maybe like this. Oh, Bluebell Lemon. Oh, okay. Do you know what I'm talking about? Tillamook? I feel like I'm just like Tillamook, Tillamook. I feel like nobody knows about it. I feel like when I bring it up, no, you know what? I have met people who were like, "Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about." Oh my god, I love that stuff so much. I'll eat like the whole thing in one sitting. It's dangerous. Dangerous. Absolutely dangerous. Okay. Let's see what we got. Maybe you should open your eyes. Are you a big ice cream fan? Well, you know what it really is? I actually eat pretty lean, fresh fruits and vegetables, and I try to eat with a calorie deficit. And I think in the process of eating in those calorie deficits and dealing with different urges, I will sometimes kind of lapse and just eat a bunch of ice cream. So I don't know if you want to say I'm a big, yeah, you know what? I am. I love ice cream, but I have to try it. Yes, I know Tillamook. I've never had it though. I love their cheese. Yeah, you should definitely check out their ice cream. It's a huge win for me. I make special trips for it. I'm more of a fresh fruits and vegetable guy. That's a big deal to me. So then his eyes are kind of like upside down or like frowny faces, and then he kind of comes up, and then they're the other way. I wonder if that's problematic. I don't think it's problematic, but it's almost like had I gone more ambitious. Oh yeah, the throat keeps coming in and out. That's very distracting. Yeah, right there. So let's change that on 6. 6 has been a problem a few times. Yeah, kind of works. Gotta do something with these eyes though. Is this 5, 6? Yeah, I think it's always 5, 6, isn't it? Well, it's the ones I was repeating the most. It's so rough. Ugh. Oh, sorry. I'm always covering up the animation. Maybe he sits up and he starts to slowly blink as he's waking up. So then we'll add 11. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it'd be 10.1, 10, 10.1. So we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4. It's interesting. I feel like I'm starting to get how to do this. I'm the ghost of Abraham Lincoln. Don't really do it, but I'm actually the ghost of Abraham Lincoln. Yeah. Boo! Slavery. Boo! Slavery. Don't want to even do it. I was the ghost of Abraham Lincoln. I told them too. They were like, "Don't you not?" I'm like, why would I lie about something like that? 1. So this would be 1. This would be 2. This would be 3. Why would I lie about something like that? I mean, obviously, ask me anything about the Civil War. I don't remember. It was a long time ago. That's what I would say if I was Abraham Lincoln. That's, guys, got a good point. I wonder what, yeah, what does that look like, a blink? Let's try it. Let's try it. Maybe something like this, just like... We've been filling the eyes in like this. This has been working a lot. So then maybe this one goes to this one goes to this, and then we come back at 3. We open up just a little bit, just a little bit. See if it's got that dramatic effect we're looking for. The subtleties. It might not work, so I'm not gonna say them. Just test it out. We're just gonna audition it. I like that his eyes are starting to look kind of creepy. It's kind of cool. I feel like you should end with his eyes opening though. Oh, these are all 5-second ones. We don't want to do that. I'm just gonna play it through. We're at 10:30. Ooh, baby, I do love animating though. Maybe we do one more, and then we bring back this one for like 2 whole seconds. So let's see what happens. And then, yeah, then we can go to the spin. Yeah, I think that clip works. It's not quite what I envisioned. This is a little morphy, so we're gonna have to do something to make it work. But I think it's kind of got what I needed it to do. Yeah, thanks, Fujo Bear. Oh, Fujo, you haven't been around for a while, so maybe I'll show you. Check this one out. I really like this. This is almost like set the character design for the character. So it's mostly, I should probably get this to loop right. Yeah, I never really got into this. Maybe we'll look for something else to do in here, but yeah, this one looks cool. I like this one. And then I like the head whip, which would be the next shot. This one was done a while ago. This actually was the beginning of the inspiration of really getting it. You like the color? Yeah. The color is when we have what we need. And this one might be some of the best animation I've done so far. And I try to stay away from the lip syncing, you know, because we can use other programs and kind of South Park it. But, you know, the shots needed to be done. I was already in this software, and he goes, you know, why do we have to take every... Sometimes the shortcuts are actually like really labor intensive. So I have a ton of audio that's matched with that. And so, you know, I don't know. This is actually faster in a lot of ways, but it's just harder for a lot of other people. Anyway, so let's go ahead and say thank you for watching the stream. I do have to get up pretty early in the morning, but if you like what you see, like and subscribe, leave a comment, and, you know, kind of jolt the algorithm. Maybe other people will like what's going on. I think Conformity Farm is definitely accelerating, and I think the next 36 months are going to be very, very exciting for it, and I'm excited to see what comes, because we're so close to finishing these projects that have taken years and years, and now we're finally wrapping these up because we had a pretty good standard for them, and so I get to start new projects, movies, animation, graphic novel, things like that. I don't know exactly what it is, but I get to kind of take a rest and think about what I'm going to do based on what I've learned, and really, you know, rest up a little bit and then go at it again with a lot of dense effort and see if we can kind of punch through and kind of get some attention on the internet maybe, but mostly just try to do good work. True, you always put in your best work. Oh, that's a really nice thing to say, Fujo Bear. I appreciate that. Yeah, no, I'm about to... I do, you know, I got a little bit of perfectionism, which is what causes me to have less products out, but I'm starting to really feel this all kind of come together in a way that I envisioned it, and so that's very exciting. And yeah, it's all good stuff, fellas. Thanks for coming out, watching the stream. I've been saying bye for a while. I don't know if there's anything else I need to keep in mind. Yeah, I expect there to be more and more of these streams though. My bedtime's like around 8:30, so maybe before bed I just do a stream. That could be that could be a really nice evening thing for me to do. But also the thing that's most surprising is how much animation I can get in just a couple hours. That's the thing that always seemed like it was impossible to do. But it's not that impossible. But you have to know which direction you're going in. To work like this in animation, you have to have, a lot of stuff worked out ahead of time. So when you learn to animate, anybody who's watching these things in the future to learn to animate, because I feel like that's kind of what these things are going to be. Because after a while, I think people are going to, you put enough work into something, there'll be something there that they'll really like. And as you really like something, if you really like it enough, you'll actually look into, the inner workings of it. And I think as you start to get into inner workings of what we're doing, I guess my point is that you get so excited to just jump into projects. And I just don't think that's how this kind of stuff goes. If you want to do something really good, you can jump in. Jumping into animation's there's two different types of animation. There's straight ahead and then there's pose to pose. What you guys are seeing me do a lot of the time is pose to pose. But once I get those pose to pose, I'll kind of start to do a straight ahead, and which is kind of where you get the spontaneous creative moments. But it's cool to make animation and stuff, but it's got to be attached to something. Otherwise, it just ends up kind of being, a thing. So, all right, bye, Gray Fox. It's good to see you, buddy. Good to see you in the chat, rather. All right, so I can't promise that I'll be in tomorrow, but there's a very high likelihood I will be in tomorrow because I can get a lot of homework done during the day. Bye, Fujo Bear.